What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I know a lot of you guys have been anxiously waiting for this video ever since I posted the last video, but before we jump into it, there's a few things that I want to say. First off, and most importantly, there were no fatalities and there were absolutely no injuries at all, and that's the only reason that I think I'm comfortable with sharing everything that happened that night. If there would have been any fatalities or injuries, obviously I do not think that I would be sharing this with you guys right now. I know in the last video you guys saw, I basically was saying that there was somebody in the car and talking to a friend of mine saying that there was somebody in the car that was burning, but the firefighters got there, put out the fire, and they actually determined that there was no one in the car, and I'll give you guys a little bit more on that in just a second. Second off, there's a part in the video where you're going to see me going up to the 18-wheeler, and there's another few guys that are with me that are up at the 18-wheeler cab helping the two people out of the 18-wheeler. And I didn't get up close to it because honestly in that moment I didn't want to just have the truck explode with me right next to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the clips that happened that night. I'm going to let you guys watch, but right after that I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about what was going on and what happened during the time, because it's a little bit hard to understand and pretty confusing without any backstory. So we'll get into that in just a second.
Just call the cops.
Hey, stay right here.
Do you have a light? I need to go check that truck. Can you come help me? There's somebody in there. Come out, come on. Yes, you're on fire, come on. Come on, you want to get out quick. Hey, seriously, there's fuel leaking, come on. Come on, please get out. Jump. Hey, get back. There's fuel, get back. Move your truck, there's fuel coming down the edge.
Is somebody in there?
That's the car. That is the car that's on fire. There was somebody in the car. Max, there was somebody in that fucking car. What the hell, dude? This is an 18-wheeler flipped over on the side. I know it's really hard to see. There's an 18-wheeler flipped over on the side right here, and there's a car right here. That is a car that is on fire. We got the two people out of the 18-wheeler, but there is a car that they hit that's on fire, and the 18-wheeler flipped over the median concrete piece.
Did they get out?
I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, they need to get out of the way because there's a fire with a line of gas.
Somebody get out of that!
No. Yeah, there is diesel fuel from this truck that's humped over on the side running all the way down the median down here. They're on the other side. Hey, listen to me real fast. You need to be careful. There's diesel fuel running along that median concrete. The 18-wheeler driver is over on the other side with a girl with no pants on. The fire department just got here and they are putting out the fire right now. Hey, listen to me. The driver of the 18-wheeler is probably going to be trying to take off and flee. The driver of the 18-wheeler got out with a girl that had no pants on, so they were not paying attention. Yeah. We were behind you, yes.
Yeah, we were behind you. We didn't see what happened to you, but we pulled up after you got hit.
We saw the car in the middle of the road.
Someone trailer flying.
No, we didn't see it.
We saw you pulled over already. You had just pulled over.
I followed my trailer.
Just whenever I thought this night could not get any more crazy. Oh my God. Wow. It is 3:30 in the morning now. Well, right now I'm filling out a witness report for something that I really can say easily that I wish that I didn't see. I'll talk to you guys in just a second. Hang on. I just turned in my my witness report. I don't believe that they found anybody in the car, so that's good. So far, what we were told is that the car was stopped in the center lane of traffic because they rear-ended a truck, and it looked like the driver of the car bailed out and went somewhere because they're not finding a driver of the car at all. But it was stopped in the center of the interstate whenever we passed with no lights on, and so we stopped, got out, and we were going to help everybody then see what happened pretty much. And first off, we went to the truck and trailer that had stopped that got rear-ended, and we asked him what was going on, and he said that he was fine and everything, and that he got rear-ended. So I went to go check on the car that rear-ended the truck that was stopped the first time in the center of the interstate with no lights on. And as I was walking up to it, there was an 18-wheeler coming towards me, and he did not see anything basically of the car because it was in the center of the interstate with no lights on and nothing like that. As I came up to the car that was stopped in the middle of the road, an 18-wheeler collided with it, and I'm not sure if I got that on video or not, but the 18-wheeler was dragging the car basically down the road, and they came to a stop right there, as you see, and the car was underneath the trailer, so it got hung up against the wall, and the 18-wheeler actually flipped over. And I went to go check on the driver and everything of the 18-wheeler, and there was a driver and a passenger in there. The girl got out with no pants on, so I'm not exactly sure what happened, but anyways, guys, let me finish doing whatever we need to do. So give me just a second, and I'll talk to you guys to give you some updates in just a second. Oh, I see where it hit now. Yeah, it hit right here on the corner. Yep, I see it. Are y'all good? Oh, there's some up there. Oh, what in the hell? Dang. Oh, whoa. It did. It came completely separated. Bruh. Oh, that's how hard it hit. It hit hard enough to literally bend the ball receiver hitch.
It's almost straight.
Dang, dude. All right, guys, we are getting back in the truck here in just a second. We're walking down there, so you're not gonna be able to see. It's really dark. Give us a little bit, and I'll try and explain a little bit of what's going on. Whew. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? So basically, if you guys saw the last video that I posted, we went and bought a bike, and a bunch of crazy events happened. We almost fought a crackhead. We almost ran over the same crackhead with a truck on accident because he was in the middle of the lane on a bicycle trying to play chicken with us. It was a crazy, crazy night. Anyways, on the last leg of our adventure, we thought that we were headed straight home. We thought we were done with everything. And we left a gas station where we had some encounters with a crackhead or meth head or whatever. I did the outro for the last video, and then this happened on our way back home. So basically what happened, we were going down I-40 through Gold Creek, Arkansas, and as we're traveling down the interstate, we see a car in the very center lane with their lights completely off, sitting dead still. So the guy driving slams on his brakes, and as we're passing the car, we get over and we look over out of the window at the car, and the front end is smashed in and it had a blowout, and it was just sitting there. So obviously we're really confused. We didn't know if somebody was still in there or they had a blowout and needed help. So we go to pull over off the road to go check out and see if they needed help. So as we pull over onto the right shoulder of the interstate, headed this way, we see on the left shoulder that there's a truck and trailer pulled over also. And I was like, okay, well, let me check and see what's going on with them. So I went over there and asked him if he was okay. And he said that car down the road rear-ended me. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, look at my trailer. And his trailer is completely disconnected from the truck. The hitch has been up and everything. And I was like, wow, okay. So I was like, okay, well, let me go check on these people then, because they're sitting in the middle of the road and I didn't know really what was going on. It was really confusing of why they didn't move out of the road after rear-ending him. And it was very strange because whenever we passed them, there was no lights on at all. Like nothing, no taillights, no headlights, not even lights on the inside of the car. It was like completely black. It looked like somebody had disconnected the battery or something. So I take off running about 200 yards up the road is where the car was, and as I'm running up to it, I see an 18-wheeler come over the hill onto the interstate. The 18-wheeler's probably going 80 miles an hour, and center lane, and didn't see the car, and literally slams directly into it as I'm running up to it. And as the truck hit it, the car got hung up underneath the trailer that the truck was pulling. And so the truck is driving, and obviously with it hung up underneath the trailer, the truck starts spinning back and forth, and the whole entire trailer is fishtailing with the car underneath the trailer. It was seriously crazy to see. Sparks are going everywhere, and the truck ends up losing control, and they slide into the concrete median. It's like a concrete wall, basically, in the center of the interstate. I'm sure you guys saw it in the video, but as he hits that, the truck flips over the edge because the car was underneath it and caught on the wall and flipped the truck over. And whenever that happened, the car immediately exploded. So I didn't know what happened, obviously, because I didn't get to reach the car yet to find out if there was anybody in the car and if they needed help. So my assumption is obviously that there was somebody in the car, so I immediately go into panic mode. I am freaking out at that point, and an 18-wheeler that was behind that 18-wheeler that hit everything saw it happen, so they pulled over, and I was like, hey, I need you to come get out and help me. I don't want to do this alone. I need to go get these people out of the 18-wheeler, because at that point, I could see the cabin is turned over on its side, and I could see that there's two people inside of the 18-wheeler trying to get out. And obviously at this point, I'm really terrified because I see the 18-wheeler is actually turned over on its side, and the fuel tanks are literally pouring fuel. It looked like somebody had turned on a fire hydrant, and it was just pouring fuel out like crazy. I didn't want to get too close to that truck. It explode, and then me be covered in burning fuel and be a human fireball. So once I ran up to the truck, the guy pokes his head out, and he was like, am I on fire? And I was like, yes, your truck is on fire. It's dumping fuel out. You're about to be in a bad situation if you don't get out right now. So he hurries up and gets out. Then he helps the girl that was with him out, and the girl hops out with nothing but a t-shirt on. And I was immediately like, what is going on? But okay, so we hurried up, got them out, and we moved them out of the way. And the only thing that kept bothering me is, as you guys saw in the video, I was panicking because I still thought that there was somebody in that car that didn't make it out, and that was just really hard to see and think about at that time. But luckily, thank the Lord, once the cops pulled up, the fire truck arrived also, they put out the fire, and they actually ruled that there was no one in the car. Definitely, that's a blessing from above. That was awesome. I'm really glad that there was no one in that car. The only thing that we could decide that might have happened, or just some kind of speculation for an explanation of the event, possibly somebody wasn't paying attention, whether they were asleep, whether they were drunk, or whatever, maybe speeding or texting, I don't know, and rear-ended the truck that was pulling the hogs in the hog trailer, stopped in the interstate because they know that they had gotten in a wreck and they must have been doing something wrong, and immediately just ditched the car and left it there because there was no lights on, there was nobody in the car, so they must have just taken the keys and took off running, which is actually a very common occurrence, surprisingly. And when the person ditched the car and left it in the road, the 18-wheeler was coming down the road, and I'm not making accusations, but whatever was going on inside the 18-wheeler cab, the driver must not have been paying attention because he didn't see the car and somehow ran into the car. So without a doubt, this was like the absolute best case scenario for what could have happened. I cannot tell you how happy I was whenever they said that there was nobody in the car, and that was awesome. So that is pretty much, like I said, the only reason that I'm okay with uploading this video, just to share with you guys basically what was going on and how crazy this entire night was. It was just absolutely insane. I don't know what was going on, if it was a full moon or what, but it was wild. So we finished filling out our witness reports and headed home on a 4-hour drive that was left of the night, and it was already 3:30 or something like that, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we made it back home. So I just wanted to basically make this video to explain what was going on that night. I didn't want to combine it into the last video because I knew it would be a really long video just to explain what was going on in this event with the car explosion and the 18-wheeler being overturned and everything like that. I guess that's probably going to be it for today's video. If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff that I might have left out, because I kind of still am like, it doesn't want to sit right in my head, because it's just weird that somebody just left their car and took off running. But like the cops said, it does happen quite often whenever somebody is driving drunk, or if it's a stolen car, something like that. So I just hate stuff that I don't know for sure. So it's weird that that happened, but oh well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, I will try to answer them in the comments. And make sure you guys drop a like on this video, being that everybody was okay, and luckily we were able to get the 2 people out of the truck without harm or injury, so that is awesome. And if you guys haven't seen the first half of this night, that was just absolutely off the charts insane, you guys seriously need to go check it out because it's ridiculously crazy. And anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next video.